Hello boys and girls, this is Mrs. Torres. We're going to be painting the basic color wheel that consists of the primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors. First things first, please write your name, the date, and your section. So I have the three primary colors here, yellow, blue, and red. We're going to start with yellow first. So because of course we're working with tempera paints, you don't have to pre-mix them with water. So I'm going to start off with yellow. I like to start off with the lightest color because it'll stay cleaner. So I'm just going to fill in my yellow. Try to make it nice and neat because I will be assessing you also on your neatness since this is pre-made. So it's nice and filled in. Now I'm going to clean my brush in the water. Make sure you squeeze out any extra paint, and water. So squeeze out the extra paint and water. Now I'm going to take a goop of that yellow and a tiny smidge, a little bit of the red, just a tiny bit, because red is so dominant. You'll probably need more yellow to make it look red. Okay, so this is like a good true orange, pretty much, but I don't want it to be really a true orange, but because I have it, I will paint it in. So this is more like a true orange. I'm just going to put a tiny bit more red there. So I'm going to paint that pure orange, and so I'm skipping one right now because I will go back and do yellow orange. Because like I said, red is more dominant than yellow. So you're going to need more yellow to make yellow orange versus red. Okay? So make sure that's nice and neat. Okay, so I'm going to clean my brush again. Now I'm going to go back and make my yellow orange. So what do I need to add to the orange I made to make a more yellow orange? Duh, I need more yellow. So I'm going to add a dollop of yellow to that orange because I want it to look mostly yellow. As you can see, this yellow orange is still kind of weak. I honestly want it to be a little bit more yellow orange. So I'm going to clean my brush again because I don't want to taint my yellow because we're going to need that to make green. I'm going to add more yellow because I want it to be a true yellow orange. And again, you'll probably need more yellow paint proportionally because yellow is such a less dominant color than red. Okay, so that seems like a good yellow orange. So I'm just mixing it in really well. Now I'm going to paint in my yellow orange. So notice it's lighter and it's more yellowy. If that's a word. So carefully paint that in. Okay. So now I'm going to clean my brush again, and I want it to look even more red to make red orange. So naturally, I'm going to add more red to this mixture. So I'm going to take a dollop of the red, because red is so dominant, it will easily read more red. So this red orange is predominantly red. I'm going to fill that in. I in fact feel like I made it too red, so I'm going to actually adjust that now that I'm looking at it. I'm going to add a smidge more yellow. Actually, just go in there and blend that in, because it's looking too red. Oop, went a little bit out. That's okay. Try to clean it up. All right. So for red, you're just going to use pure plain red, the pure color. Clean my brush again really well. I'm going to go into my pure red and just paint it pure red. I like to outline things when I color sections if I want to stay in lines. So I like to just go ahead and outline it. Okay, distribute that nicely. There we go. Plain red. So that plain red, I'm going to take a dollop of to the side. Don't have to clean my bus because I just used pure red paint. I'm going to take a smidge of the blue, because blue is very dominant because it's dark, and I'm going to blend that with that dollop of red so I can get a red violet. So it should just get a little bit darker. Okay, go ahead and paint that in. And you guys are using regular paper, so please do not overload your paper, especially with water and too much paint, because the paper's thin and it will break easily. Okay, so there we have red violet. So it should still look more red than violet or blue. So to that, to make pure violet or purple, I'm going to add a little bit of blue at a time. Because blue is so dominant, I don't want to overwhelm my color. So I'm going to take a little dab of blue and mix that in to see if I can get a good purple here. Or violet. It's still looking a little bit too red, so I'm going to add a little bit smidge more of that blue. Still looking a little too red. Add a little bit more. Add a little bit more. So add a little bit each time because it's easy to make it too blue because blue is so dominant. So I'm just adding a tiny bit at a time of the blue till I get the perfect purple or violet. Okay, that might be okay. Yeah. In fact, I think I put a little too much blue, so I'm gonna add a smidge of red. I'm going to fill in that purple, violet. This blue is really intense, so be careful with the blue, like I said, add a little bit at a time. Oops. Gonna clean my brush again. Now we're making a blue violet, so it should be really blue. So I'm cleaning my brush, squeezing out the extra paint and water. I'm gonna add a dollop of blue to this. And I'm blending it in the original violet till I get a nice bluey violet, like more like an indigo almost. Okay, let's test that. Okay, that's pretty good. So go ahead and spread that out. Okay, so that's a good blue violet. Go ahead. Little holes bother me. Clean my brush really well. Squeeze out the extra paint and water from on my paper towel. Now we're going to use pure blue. So after you clean your brush and squeeze out the extra paint and water really good, you're going to dip into your pure blue and paint that in. Okay, clean your brush really well. At this point, we can take a dollop of the blue, because we're going to be making greens now. So I'm going to take a dollop of the pure blue, put it in the middle so I can blend. Okay, now I'm going to take a smidge of pure yellow. A little bit more because blue is so dominant. Okay, I want to get even more because This blue is so strong. Okay, that should be good. Blend it in, that yellow, till you get a nice look, kind of like a blue-green that's still more blue than yellow. So let's try that. I think I want to add a little bit more yellow. So I'm just going to blend in more here. Still, I'm just going to go ahead and dab some in there. So you should have a blue-green, kind of like a teal or turquoise. It should read more blue than green. Okay. So now, to make a pure green, we're going to add more blue to that yellow green. And it should be a nice, like, medium type of green. I feel like it needs more yellow still, but yeah, I'm gonna go grab more yellow. Sorry guys, let me run really quick. So I'm gonna add a little smidge of yellow directly into this because it's just too dark, still like bluey. Okay, that seems like a better true green. So I'm going to go ahead and blend that in. That's a nice green, pure green. Okay. Now we have to make a yellow green. So I'm going to just go ahead and directly add more yellow so it's more yellow than blue to make my yellow green. So I'm going to blend that in. Let's see if that works. I want it to be even brighter. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop some yellow in there. So I'm going to blend this in on my area here. Because it should be a true yellow green that should be lighter than the green. And since yellow is such less dominant than blue, I feel like you need more yellow sometimes to compensate for the blue, the dominance of the blue. I just added a smidge more yellow and I'm trying to blend it in so it looks more yellow green. Okay, and there we have the color wheel. Honestly, I feel like I have to add more yellow to this. So I'm just going to go ahead and add more yellow. Because that yellow green is bothering me. That's still a little too dark. So I'm just going to go ahead and take pure yellow and blend it in to this color.